All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this afternoon Lightning Talk session. And before we start, I again thank our sponsors. So names are here. And so this is going to be around 1 hour session, and we are going as many Lightning Talks as we can. So just sit down, relax, and we are starting with Introduction White Library for Windows GUI Automation by Eva Terkki. Please.
Thank you. So hi, my name is Eva Terkki. I work at Sealy Solutions, and I'm here to briefly introduce Robot Framework White Library. So what it is, it's a Robot Framework library for automating Windows desktop applications. It's a Python wrapper for the open source automation framework White, which is .NET based. And it provides an abstraction to the MS UI Automation API. So White Library exists to make White's functionality available via Robot Framework. And this is achieved by using this Python package called Pythonnet, which allows us to use White from the Python code as if it was a Python module itself. So we can call White's methods from Python code. The first stable release is available. It was recently released, so this library is kind of new, but it's also kind of old. If I remember correctly, the first initial commit was made in February 2015, and there was kind of a draft version of this library. It has since, well, it looks quite different from back then. It was, there was kind of the draft version, then it was quiet for a bit, then in a kind of one actual use case, we needed to automate Windows application, and we tried this out, and it turned out that this can do the job pretty well. So then later we started to, or picked up the project again, and then continued improving White Library, the open source version. And we've made it easier to install and easier to extend and easier to maintain. And the biggest recent improvement there has been that it now uses the Robot Dynamic Library API. So in the same way as Selenium library does, it uses the Python library core. And currently the focus is on bringing more keywords, implementing more keywords to White Library, so that because White has a lot of functionality, so we want to make that available in the library. So what does it look like? Actually, yesterday we had a workshop on the library where we were automating some cases, and I'm going to show you these cases so you get an idea of what the White Library test code might look like, and then what it does when you automate something with it. So we have the library here imported, and then some test cases, and down here are the implementations of these test cases. So all of these are White Library keywords. Then we can run the tests, and you can see something happening on our little playground application here. Just accessing the different items there are in the UI. So if you want to try it, you can install it with pip install Robot Framework White Library. And Also, if you want to automate, then it's good to install some kind of an inspector tool, so you can find the items, locators, for example, automation IDs or names or whatever there is. And the source for White Library and the keyword documentation can be found on GitHub. Also, the application I just demoed is the source code is available there. There's at the moment no executable to download, so if you want to try that out, you need to build it. So if you have questions, if you want to discuss, or you find a bug or have a feature, want a new feature there, new keyword, then you can, of course, create an issue on GitHub. Then we also have a channel called White Library in Robot Framework Slack, where you are, of course, warmly welcome. And Ismo Aro and I will be on Friday in the sprints, and we will be developing White Library there, so you are welcome to join us there as well. Thank you.
I have one question. You run the application from White Library. Is it true? How did you start the application?
White Library starts it, so there is a keyword launch application, and we then have the absolute path to the application here. So it starts this application with
only
that.
exe or any runnable application.
Do you mean you can
exe file or bat file, conf file? If it's working only with exe file, or can I start another type of application? For example, bat file, BAT file.
I haven't tried actually, but I think you can, because I once actually accidentally started a folder and I think it opened it. So I'm not sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, thank you very much. So, unfortunately, it's the last question because we ran out of time. So, thank you very much.